Hey there, welcome to Neppy Invest. Now, I've been wanting to do this sort of video for a while, but I needed the perfect candidate to do it on. And then when I was sitting at my desk about 6:06 p.m. last night, the perfect candidate just fell in my lap. Well, not literally, but it came across my screens. I was just looking at all the ASX announcements for the day, and then right there, the last price-sensitive announcement of the day at 6:06 p.m. on March the 9th, announcement from Handset Technologies was released to the market. And as soon as I saw the heading of the announcement, I went, this is the candidate for me. So before I get into the crux of this video, I'm just going to talk about how I look for these announcements and then what I do when I do see the announcement in regards to trading it. So I'm always in pursuit of stock breakouts, and I have found through history, well, my history anyway, that the most powerful sort of announcement when it comes to potential sustained long-term stock breakouts is profits or earnings upgrades. And I'm always looking for these sort of announcements when I'm looking through ASX announcements. So I'm always doing that every single day, pre-opening and then post-close. I'm always looking through the ASX announcements. Now, when I do see an ideal announcement for this potential breakout, I always put in an initial bid at open. And then if that initial bid is not successful, I will change that bid price, but I will never chase the share price, particularly if it's rising quite quickly up. And then if successful or unsuccessful during the first day of trading, I'll just wait and be patient and just to see the market reaction over subsequent days. I have found in the past that being patient does or can pay off, particularly if there is some profit taking in the next few days of trading. You always see some sort of profit taking, particularly if the share price has run quite hard. So this is the positive announcement from Handset Technologies that they released at 6:06 p.m. on the 9th of March. So it says Handset Technologies signed significant agreement with Telefonica, which is a German company, and increases full-year guidance. It's those last four words that are the most important part of this announcement. The whole agreement part, the significant part, I don't really care about that. The last four words is what I'm looking for, increases full-year guidance. Now, the particulars of the announcement in itself is it's a fixed initial term of 5 years and revenue associated with the agreement is only $25 million. If they didn't put that increases full-year guidance, I would have completely ignored this announcement. So when I got to the increasing guidance bit in the announcement, the most important bit of the announcement, in my opinion, they had increased revenue from 306 to 316 million by 10 million to 316 to 326, and underlying margins in regards to EBITDA was now between 37 and 39%, increasing from between 32 and 35%. Now, the one little snippet of the announcement that did give me pause is this little bit. This is the direct result of all license revenue, $21 million being recognized in the second half of 21 as is required by or under IFRS. So they're talking in regards to the increase in the margins, and that's telling me that there is potential that the next few years won't be as good as this next half. But being the nerd I am, I did have to run the new numbers, the new financial year 21 numbers that they have given us. So revenues between 316 and 326 million, and EBITDA margins between 37 and 39%. That means EBITDA is going to be between 117 million and 127 million, which is a significant increase on the previous year, which was 80 million. So that's almost a 50% increase in EBITDA. So we are seeing a potential significant increase in the operating cash flow and profits for Handset Technologies in the next half year, which will translate to the full year numbers. So the next thing I wanted to do is just to see if this is the sort of company I would want to buy into with this positive sort of announcement. So I looked at the revenue, operating cash flow and profit over the last 15 years. And the one thing I wanted to see is a good uptrend in all these financial metrics. and we sure do see it. Now, between 2006 and 2013 or 14, this business wasn't doing much. You can see almost flat revenue, maybe a slight growth in there, and profit and operating cash flow weren't growing all that much. But from 2014 onwards, we have seen this company growing significantly in all three metrics. So this is definitely the sort of company you want to put your money in. So if you don't know what this is or what TTM means, it's just the trailing 12 months. So it's looking at the most previous 6 months and then adding on the last 6 months of financial year 2020. Now, in this graph, I just wanted to compare the market cap to the EBITDA, and I've also included in this graph the forecast 2021 EBITDA numbers, which should be a significant increase, 50% increase, almost 50% increase on the previous year. And what we've got here, what I see here is between 2006 and 2014. Remember, there wasn't much growth in this company. You can actually see that with EBITDA and market cap not growing all that strongly. But between 2014 and 2017, we did see the valuation of Hansen Technologies take off like a rocket, but we didn't see the subsequent financials of the company increase quite as much as the valuation. And typically when you do see that the valuation increasing at a quicker rate than the financials, it's always very healthy to see a pause in the valuation over a good period of time. And we have seen that over the last 3 or 4 years. The valuation has gone sideways. You can see that with the up and down in the market cap. But in the last few years, we've seen the EBITDA of Hansen Technologies really take off again. And right now, it's right at the level where the market cap is. So there is potential over the next few years that we might see the valuation of Hansen Technologies take off again, just like we did see between 2014 and 17. At this point in time, it's only a possibility, but that is definitely a reason why you might consider buying into this company. So how did the market react? So this is the 6-month daily chart of Hansen Technologies. You can see not much was happening with this company over the last 6 months. Now the share price has gone up a little bit, and we might say, you might argue that it's been a bit of an uptrend since about the start of this year. Share price has gone from about $3.75 to just above $4. But this announcement has really put a rocket up the share price. In fact, the share price increased 24% on the day after they released this announcement, and it's definitely showing the signs of a breakout because the share price did close near the high of the day. That's exactly what you want to see. The one negative thing is probably I would have liked to see a little bit more volume coming into the market, but there is potential that we might see more volume in the next few days, and that would be the fund managers buying into Hansen Technologies because they've run their numbers and found out this is good value right now. So there is that potential which might drive the share price even higher from where it is right now. So this is the 1-day 3-minute chart for Hansen Technologies on the 10th of March. So how did I do today? What was my strategy with Hansen Technologies? So I put my initial bid at $4.40. So it opened, Hansen Technologies opened at $4.51, and then I decided to raise my bid to $4.50, and because I thought the share price might retrace back to around that level, and it never did. It just kept on rising and rising and rising throughout the day. In fact, in the last about hour or so, we saw the share price go from $5 and ran up to over $5.20. You can see that massive volume with that share price increasing, and more than likely that was a fund manager buying in because they ran some numbers and they just jumped in when those numbers shouted out to them, buy. So that's all for Hansen Technologies and their share price breaking out today up, was it 24% or so in 1 day. If you were a shareholder of Hansen Technologies before this announcement, well done, you've done a great job. Well, you yourself haven't done a great job, the company has done a great job, and you've just done a great job in holding their shares. But anyway, what I'll be doing over the next few days is I'll just be waiting for any sort of share price pullback. So I'm hoping there's going to be some profit taking. I'm hoping that there won't be a flux influx of fund managers coming in and chasing the share price higher and higher. So that's one thing I really don't want to see. And it's just being me being selfish, hoping the share price falls back, maybe 20, 30, 40 cents or so I can put in a bid and hopefully my bid will be successful. Because I do think there is the potential that the share price of Hansen Technologies over the next few years could be running quite hard. So that remains to be seen. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, and if you do need any sort of financial advice, make sure you seek out someone who is qualified and can speak to your own financial needs. That's all for this video. Have a good day. Talk to you later. Bye.